Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Regina Sunshine, coming to you live from the Regina Sunshine Show here at Regina Sunshine Global Network, bringing you my version of midday motivation and helping you get a Regina Sunshine state of mind. I'm so excited about today's show. We have 4 amazing guests live in studio. One is already on the couch with me. Mr. Kelvin K. Chill Harris is here, as well as Mr. Benjamin Turner, all the way from Greenwood, South Carolina. Miss T. Erica Berry, I said it right, is in the building, as well as Charlie, who I'm going to talk some junk to and about later, is here to do a little music for you guys as well. So I'm so excited. It's been a couple weeks. We've been off the air handling some other things, but it's going to be a great show. I do want to make a couple of announcements, and then we're going to hear about what K. Chill has going on, which is always a lot of stuff going on here in the Atlanta area. But for those who don't know, we do have the 2nd annual Boss Awards, 4th annual Young Boss Awards happening here at Regina Sunshine Global Network on June the 10th, where we're honoring some amazing men along with some awesome boys ages 5 to 17 that are excelling in whatever their area of gifting is. And we're excited, as well as we're doing a $500 business pitch competition. So if you got a young man who could use $500, he's already in business or a year or less in business or wanting to start a business, this might be a great competition for him. Because along with that, we have some tremendous boss men mentors that are going to step in and share some business knowledge with these young men also. And then in August, 5th annual Awesome Girl Awards. 5 years of the Awesome Girl Awards, along with the launch of the Awesome Girl book. I'm so excited. As of right now, we have 24 girls in the book. I got a couple parents I think are going to commit today, because today is the last day. Over the weekend, I had a frenzy of parents reaching out to me trying to get their girls in the book. So I'm excited about what this book is going to mean, not only for these girls, but for the girls who get to read the book as well. And we are partnering with the Andrew and Walter Young YMCA for this event. A big shout out to them and everybody over there for welcoming us and giving us the opportunity to do this Awesome Girl Awards a little bit different than we've done any of the others. We've got our host for the event, former Awesome Girl, Daytime, if you ever heard of Daytime, and I think she did the Miss Tutu song, whatever. Yeah, she was one of our first year Awesome Girls. We've got let's see, 3rd and 4th year Awesome Girls, Chef Lala and Chef Shayla Wright, that are doing the food for the event, because we're trying to get all the girls involved. We've got a girl DJ. We've got former Awesome Girl Janae's coming to do spoken word. Former Awesome Girl Camille is playing the violin. We've got girls doing everything. So I may be the only adult that hits the stage for just a few minutes, but the girls are taking over the Y that day, and it's going to be a great, great day. So we're excited. You can go to reginasunshine.com, get all the information about the award shows and everything there, as well as our new offering of classes out here at Regina Sunshine Global Network and empowerment classes. So I'm going to stop because it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's too much for me to announce. Just go to reginasunshine.com and get all the information there. All right. A big shout out to our sponsor for today's show, Leading Through Living Community and Bold Favor Media Group. Shout out to Lanita Mitchell Blackwell, and blessings to her on her new journey. All right, so that's it. That's all I have right now. Don't forget, remind me, Michelle, when I go to this first break, because I normally do it before I introduce my guest, to talk about what I'm thankful for, but I'll do it at the beginning as we go to the break, okay? But I'm so excited to have our first guest here with us. You've seen his wife on my show. What was I supposed to say that? Okay. All right, neither one of y'all flinched, so we're good. On our show, as well as if you came to the Professor Griff event, Kim's a la carte was there. He was there with her. If you came to the Curvy and Confident Awards and you had those amazing pancakes and potatoes that everybody keeps talking about, Kim's a la carte was there. So it's like having family back in the building this morning. Welcome to the show, K. Chill. How are you?
Fine. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you here. Good to have you. Like I said, I almost feel like y'all a family now, because I think we're signed up to do several events together even this year. So we're going to be seeing a lot of each other. And
support.
Well, you know the thing, and I have to say this, I always mention how I met someone, and I've been following you on Facebook for years. Just had never met you face to face. Oh,
wow.
who doesn't know?
So cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I've been watching. You know, there's certain people that are making moves and making a difference that you pay attention to, especially when you're looking for inspiration and encouragement.
Right.
When you're out here, you know, fighting that fight,
Definitely.
and you're one of those people. And it was just a blessing to get to finally meet you through Kimberly. But one of the things that it has blessed me about you is how you love her. And I have to say that it is a blessing to see how you love and support and encourage her. So I just want to say that off gate. Thank you for being an amazing example to the other men out there of what it looks like to love a woman. Because every woman wants to be loved like this.
Appreciate it.
All right? So I'll stop there. So do this for us. Tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
All right. Kelvin K.Chill Harris is the name. A lot of people know me from being an ATL-based legend. I started with, you know, back in the Booty Shake days. Freaknik 96, K-Chill and Tetris is the group I came from. We had a hit record, Set It Off, and Shake Like Jello. So we, you know, us, Kilo, Raheem, we all kept you dancing in the clubs. So then I moved from there and, you know, did some booking and management work for a lot of your favorite R&B groups, Jagged Edge, Silk 112, H-Town, Jodeci, all of them. Then I got into the acting with Stomp the Yard in 2006. And, you know, went from Daddy's Little Girl, Three Could Play That Game, Motives 2, just on and on. And so now I came to, I did the first Educators Awards, you know, made history in Atlanta,
Yes.
honoring the teachers that don't get the recognition they deserve.
Yes.
And actually I did the first ATL Actors Awards first, and then I did the Educators Awards. And because of the Actors Awards, a teacher inboxed me and said, hey, we love the Actors Awards, but what do you have for educators?
Yes.
And I said, let me think about it. And so the 2017 Educators Awards came about. It was a huge success. So we'll look to keep that alive and keep it going. There's so many teachers that don't get to just do.
Oh, yes.
And so here we are. The second annual ATL Actors Award happened last year. Joe Torre, my big bro, hosted, and it was crazy. So now we're at the third annual coming up April 7th.
Yes.
And it's more crazy.
Like now. It's like right now.
It's like coming up. People like putting their clothes on now. They ready. Like people hitting me saying, look, I'm dressed. I'm just going to keep my clothes on until Sunday. So it's going down. And of course, you will be able to join us this year for the first time.
Yeah, that's the plan, to be in the building. I do have some family stuff going on that I was talking to Michelle that I won't talk about on air, that I'm kind of I may have to travel in the next day or so. That makes sense.
That's first.
Yes.
Always first. Family
Yes.
first, because, you know, that's important.
But Robin Shockley will be in the building. Cool. She's actually, what was interesting, because you and I had talked about her coming to represent Regina Sunshine Global.
Okay.
But then there's another guy from South Carolina who's already scheduled to be like one of your red carpet people. Mm-hmm. And they met, and he was like, hey, you want to come and assist me? I was like, you were already going to that, but go ahead. You know, go work with him. That's good networking. Y'all work together. So there'll be Regina Sunshine Global Network in the building no matter what on
She
Sunday.
will see footage even if you can't be there.
Yes. Well, you know, it always inspires me when I see people who are doing their own thing. You know, so many people kind of follow the paths that everybody else see, but then to step out and I'm going to carve a new path. I'm going to do something different. To step out on your own and say, you know, I'm going to do something that hasn't been done here in terms of the, you know, the Actors Awards and Educators Awards. What inspired you, or what told you? Because a lot of people are waiting for this inspiration or something that says you can. Right. What told you you could?
You know what? My faith. And it started from stepping out on faith when I moved to Atlanta from Wisconsin and back in 1995. When I heard you can't make it and you don't know nobody, you won't succeed, you'll never be nothing. I heard all that.
Yeah.
And so when I left, I was supposed to come with a couple guys that knew people here, and we was going to kind of roommate, and they canceled on the day of. I gave up everything, apartment, house, car, everything. So now I'm down to a Greyhound bus ticket because my ride bailed out. So my faith was so strong, I said, I'm going anyway. I didn't know nobody in Atlanta. I didn't know a single soul. I had less than $300 after I bought my bus ticket. And my faith was like, go, do it. You can do it. Don't be scared. God got us. And I came, and here I am now.
I love that. So, have you written this down somewhere? Is there a
This is
book?
actually going to be in my book and movie
Okay.
called Easy Pain.
It has to happen
Right.
because a lot of people assume that people are doing great things because it's easy for them, or they have all the support, or they have all the funding. Which the more people I talk to that have stepped out and done something really great, they've just done it on faith.
On faith.
And so, you know what? I believe this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm just going to do it, and we're going to see what happens.
On faith. And you got to overcome that fear, because if I had let fear and the naysayers stop me, I wouldn't even be here now. Nobody would know me, because you know, they want to instill that fear in you because they have the fear.
Yes.
So they were telling me, you're crazy, you can't make it, you don't know nobody. So if I had took that fear that they was instilling in me, I would have been like, oh yeah, you're right. I was like, man, brush that off, I'm gone. You know, I don't care. They was like, you crazy, you don't know nobody, you don't have no money, you don't have no place to stay. So what, I'm gone. And so you just got to take a chance. Like Steve Harvey said, you just got to take that leap of faith.
You gotta jump. You gotta jump. So when you got here, so saying all that, you got this. You know, you got this. The bus ticket. You got a few dollars and your faith. When you got here, what were some of, I guess, the connections or circumstances that began to assist you in making your way towards where you are?
All right. So getting here, I'm from a small city like this, Racine, Wisconsin, in the house. So I get here and I'm seeing all these tall buildings. I locked my stuff up in the Greyhound bus station when it was downtown by 5 Points, Fat Tuesday. I think it was called Fat Tuesday. But anyway, I locked it up, and this homeless guy was like, hey, man, if you buy me a six-pack, I'll show you around. So I'm like, I ain't even got the money, but I bought it anyway. So he showed me, I think it's Fat Tuesday. It was at the underground. So I'm in there partying and drinking. Met a couple who was like, yeah, man, so you from New and this and that. And they was like, man, we're going to take you on our wing like our brother. And I was like, oh, look at it, God favor already.
Yeah.
So I was a barber, and I told them I cut hair. And so they ended up introducing me. No, they gave me a number to call, and I called Mr. Bell, who had Hairmaster's Barbershop. Now, mind you, my dream was to come here and meet Outkast and blow up, because I'm this rapper, right? They was like, yeah, right. So I get the job at Mr. Bell's Barbershop. He said, come start Monday. So I end up connecting with the couple that kind of took me in like a brother. So, I think we like roomed up for like a couple of weeks, and then my money came. I had my money coming down. So I got my own apartment. Actually, me and the guy ended up being roommates. So his girl was here from out of town or whatever. And so that was just favor. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause everybody just don't open up and embrace you like that. So I get to the barbershop, and I'm cutting hair next to his son. And guess who walks in the door? Andre from Outkast.
Wow.
It's crazy, right? You're like, yeah, right. So it was Andre from Outkast that came there. CeeLo, Jazzy Faye, Wingo from Jagged Edge, all of them came to this barbershop, Westgate Plaza over by Greenbrier Mall. So I just happened to be placed in a barbershop.
That's
where
favor.
I was going to make all the connections. So the owner kept saying, hey, you should meet my other barber at the other shop. His name is Enrique. And y'all should be a group. And I was like, no, I'm solo. I don't want to be no group, And I didn't even like booty shake music when I came. I'm from Midwest, we about them lyrics, So I was hearing the booty shake and dropping, don't stop. I was like, man, that stuff's stupid. I was like, I can't stand that music. So me and Tetris met. Boom, that was 95. By the next year, 96, we had 2 hit records on the radio. All because we listened to Mr. Bell say, y'all should be a group. Can you believe that? So me and Andre from Outkast been cool. We do shows together. I got to know his pops. He had a laundromat in Riverdale. Man, his pops hung a picture up on the wall, and he said Andre took it to the studio. So Andre was a fan of our music. I was a fan of theirs. So it was crazy. Favor.
That's a story. You got to write that down, because
I'll be in the movie.
So you're like, get off the train. Get off the bus. Meet a homeless guy. He takes you to Fat Tuesdays, and you meet some people there, and then they give you. And it's just like, I always tell people, God sees around corners. That's why we have to be obedient, because we can't see the twists and turns.
Yeah,
you just have to move with it. You just have to move.
If you can't see that light, you don't chance it. And so when the couple embraced me and was like, yeah, we're gonna show you around, that was just favor. And then everything just fell into place after that. And then who would have thought that next year I would have a hit record on the radio, 2 hit records with music that I didn't even like. Who would have thought that?
That's funny.
So I learned to like it because I saw what he did. It made the girls dance, and it got us some paid shows and signing autographs and traveling. I was like, man, I love bass music now. It's in my blood. So the moral of the story is, don't always think that your success is going to come from something that you think is the best for you.
That's right. In fact, one of my mentors always tells me to get out of my own way because I'm talking like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this or that. And he's like, stop putting barriers up. Just take your hands off it and allow God to push. Because you may end up in a space that you never would have thought you wanted to be in and be just what you wanted.
Exactly. If somebody would have told me you're going to go down there and be a bass booty shake rapper, I'd have been like, man, you're crazy. So now I'm an ATL bass legend.
Oh, that's what's
and
up.
Proud of it.
From Wisconsin that never wanted to do this.
They never heard of booty shakers except for 69 Boys 95 South, which are my brothers. We all did a song together. We did an album. We got a video together. So these legends that I used to listen to in Wisconsin, Freak Nasty, The Dip, we all brothers. Like, we all did songs together and do shows together. And we got a video called Up on it's Bass Superstars on YouTube. You can look it up right now. So it's crazy.
That's awesome. I love it. I love this story. So from there to the acting, now to, I guess, what a lot of people are talking about is your award shows.
Award show.
So what made you want to do the very first one?
I went to an award show where I was nominated for like a couple of things. I got to the show and they didn't mention my name. And I knew that there were other actors that were doing way more than me. And I was on fire that year. Alvin and the Chipmunks, a whole bunch of stuff. Snap Killer Couples. And I got there and they didn't mention my name one time. And I was like, you know what? This some bull. I'm going to show them how to do a real award show. And after that, I reached out to all my connects. Boom, 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 put it together. And the first one was a huge success. And people were hungry for this. And when I brought it, it was so crowded on the first show. Soul for Real, remember them?
Yes,
Candy Rain?
yes.
They showed up and didn't even have nowhere to sit because it was so crowded.
Wow.
And I was like, wow.
You're on to something.
I'm on to something. So I knew that second one had to be at a bigger location. And it was so big that it was like, whoa. It's like, can I handle this? This is like, I need a team, you know. I need a crew. And so the second one was a huge success, and now people are reaching out, want to be a part. You know, we honoring Angie Stone, Demetri McKinney, all the actors from Tyler Perry's movies, Brad James and Trey Chaney. People on hit TV shows right now are excited to be at this show about something I created.
Something you created.
That's crazy.
That's beautiful.
It's major.
Well, you know, you mentioned the Educators Awards. Again, you said a teacher reached out to you, an educator reached out to you.
Inbox and said, hey, don't leave us out.
Which I think is awesome because it's something that you wouldn't expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are used to, when you think award shows, you think music, you think acting and things of that nature, but there are a whole host of other things that people should be celebrated for that no one is celebrating them for.
Doctors, nurses, pastor, principal, all of those, and community heroes. People like yourself that do a lot of amazing things for women. You should be honored for what you do.
Thank you.
And we had Noel Gordine come through, and Down by the River, if y'all remember that song, neo soul artist, he did his thing. Kim catered, so you got the food. We had the red carpet for them, so we made the teachers feel like celebrities. They get interviews. They walked in there, and you would have thought they were like superstars.
I love that. I do.
It was so awesome. The place, the decor, everything. I was really proud of that event.
So what are your dreams for the future?
You know what? To make the world a better place, and by doing everything, I want to be the change that I want to see. Yeah. Basically, you know, mentoring our youth. You know, like with the stuff that I'm doing, I'm trying to do the things that I want other people to kind of catch on to.
Yeah.
Brothers like myself. I just went to ASU to speak to the college students. We went and mentored to we did career day, me and Kim together. And we talked to the second graders and stuff like that. So I want the youth to be able to see you don't have to be no D-boy slang in the hood or on the corners to be successful. You know, you need to see some real live heroes and some positive role models right here. It ain't about all the jewelry and the gangs and the guns. You need to see some positive. Yeah. Like I never saw that. I never knew my father. I was a fatherless kid. So there's so many of the kids that were like me. I want to show them that you can make it no matter what your situation is. You can be okay. And so, my mom's wasn't supportive, and I came from that life. And that's when I talk to these kids, I see through their eyes, like, there's a lot of kids who were like me or worse. And so I want to encourage those kids because I don't know what it's like to have a father or son talk. I ain't never even met the man. And there's so many kids who were like me.
Absolutely.
So I just want to inspire those kids. That's my goal for the future.
I love that. I do. Well, the award show is this coming Sunday. Please tell every. I mean, do you have any tickets left right now?
We got one VIP ticket left.
Okay.
We got general, but one just sold while we were sitting here. We got one VIP left to come with Kim's a la carte food and drinks. And we're giving away a 43-inch flat screen TV sponsored by Rate, nonprofit. 43-inch flat screen, man. Y'all get to leave with a brand new TV if you get that one winning ticket.
So tell our audience where they can go get their tickets, you know, the location and everything, so they can go and get their dress and suit and everything laid out and ready.
Okay, so April 7th, that's this coming Sunday at Porter Sanford Theater, 3181 Rainbow Drive. Tickets on eventbrite.com right now. There's only one VIP ticket left right now, so somebody better hurry up and get it if y'all want some Kim's a la carte food. And it's going to be great. Red carpet, 6 p.m. Showtime start at 8 p.m. sharp. We don't do CP time. And you don't want to miss the show opening. It's going to be crazy. 8 p.m., please be in your seat. It's going down.
So do we have any, do we get to know who's opening the show or anything? Is that a secret?
That's a top secret. The host and the co-host is a top secret. Last year we had Joe Torre, legendary actor, comedian. That's all I can say. Just be in your seat at 8 o'clock. You do not want to miss the show opening.
So I'm so curious now. So, you know, I'm just trying to figure out how to be in town.
I've been working on it.
Well, do this. Tell our audience how they can follow you and just keep up with all the great things you have going on.
Okay, on my Facebook page is Kelvin K. Chill Harris. That's Kelvin. On Instagram is KChillATL. And on Twitter is Kchill ANR. That's Kchill, the capital A, lower A, AND, and R. I used to be an ANR, so I never changed it. So, and on the website at Atlanta-Actors-Awards.com. So you can follow all the history, videos, pictures, everything. And ATL Actors Awards, ATL Actors Awards on IG. It'll show you all the honorees. If you're wondering who all being honored, everything is on the IG page and on the website. So thank you so much for,
Well, it's good to have you here. And I know you guys, typically my guests come back and end the show with me, but you guys have got to head out. So I'm going to ask you what I might have asked you at the end of the show, because I like to end the show with inspiration. So I want to give you an opportunity to inspire someone who's listening. So if there's someone who's listening, and maybe they come from the same humble beginnings and the people in their life are saying you can't and you never will and nobody in our family ever has, what is your response?
My response is never allow anybody to, write your life story. Nobody's going to work as hard as you or believe in your dream as much as you. So never listen to anybody tell your story about your dream and what you can do. I'm a prime example. They told me I would make it. My own mama even said I ain't going to be nothing. So, just think how that sets in the child's mind. So always go for what you know and never let anybody stop you from achieving your goals or your dreams, no matter how big or small. Don't let nobody fade away your dream because nobody's going to believe in it as much as you do.
That's awesome. That's good. Well, I normally go to my first break telling everybody something that I'm thankful for. And so I'm going to include you in that. Is there something that you were thankful for today?
Of course. I'm thankful for Kim's a la carte, being in my life and, changing so much crazy, chaotic stuff of a single man in this industry.
Doesn't a good woman do that?
A good woman.
Y'all listen, should a good woman do that?
A good woman, shut that down. And to have a good woman in your corner, and I was already doing stuff by myself, so I was bad by myself, but I'm even badder now. I got the woman behind my back, next to me. I got the queen by my side, and together we wreck and shop. Her catering, what I do, we killing the game, and we're gonna make a difference, make a change for Atlanta.
That was good. Well, I had something else I was going to say. He got me all worked up. But, today I'm thankful for people like you and Kim that support what I do here at Regina Sunshine Global Network because, as you know, it's not always easy to set out and do something new on your own. And so this has been a journey of people just showing up and loving on me and supporting me and being there. So today, as always, I'm thankful for people who have had my back. All right.
Thank you for bringing Kim aboard. And so because of that, we're grateful and we support you 100%.
The food is amazing. How you not? First of all, the bang bang shrimp. I just want to put that out there in the universe. If you ever in a room and Kim is there and they say the word bang bang shrimp, push everybody aside and get to the front of the line before it's all gone.
It's gonna be at the Actors Awards, so
Woo,
y'all at the
it's
Actors
good.
Awards,
It's so
you get to taste
good.
it.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be live with my guest from Greenwood, South Carolina. That's right, Greenwood, the end of the world, South Carolina. Ben Turner is in the building. Can't wait for you to meet him. You're live with Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. All right, everybody, you are back live with Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine Show, where Regina Sunshine Global Network, and this is a treat. I'm so excited to have somebody who knew me from back before the Regina Sunshine days here in studio. Welcome to the show, Ben Turner. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. You know, I always tell people how I met my guests. How we meet?
At Piedmont Tech in Greenwood.
What were we doing at Piedmont Tech?
She was my tutor. I was about to flunk out of school. And she saved me.
Yeah, he did the work. I was teaching at Piedmont Tech at the time. It's so funny because I tell people so many of my students have become my family. You know, I think about you, and Lamont was in my class, and I talk to him all the time. I mean, I have students that message me, you know, all the time. I create a great family at Piedmont Tech, and I count you in that family. And so I'm honored that you would come this far to be on the show with us. So
Glad to be here.
good to be here.
A little nervous.
A little nervous. This is your first interview, right?
Yes.
Very first interview. Well, do this for our audience. Tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, like I said, my name is Benjamin Turner. I'm from Greenwood, South Carolina. I write poetry. I've been writing for about 12, 13 years now. And this will actually be my first time performing, first time ever getting interviewed. So I always just wrote and basically kept it to myself. Some I might well post it on my page, but that's about it. So I figured I'd step even further this time and see how far it takes me.
Well, we have been talking for a while about you coming. And so when you said you were actually coming, I was like, oh, this is really going to happen? This is going to happen? And I have to say, you write some beautiful poetry. I read it a lot. And sometimes, you know, you don't even make a status on Facebook. You just put a couple lines and like, take that and walk away. And it's so good. So I'm excited to see you moving into this step now where you're ready to really share what you have with the world. Because when I knew you, I didn't know you wrote poetry.
No, I hadn't kind of like just started around then, so I definitely wasn't letting anybody see what I was writing in. So
Yeah, because if you know me, I'd have had you out for now.
Yeah.
You know, I'll pull you out.
Probably would have threw all my notebooks away. I'll stay in the mill.
Yeah, I'll pull you out. But I'm excited for you and what's happening next, because I think, and I can't remember if you and I talked about this or if it was me and Lamont. Are you even considering publishing?
Yes, I am. I've spoken to a publisher last year. It's just I got to get everything lined up right, going from there. So I figured until then, what better way for me to get my work out there so people see what I'm doing.
Yeah, let's not wait. Let's do it now. So since we've had the conversation, I'm going to be asking about it. Because last year, it is April the 1st of 2019. Let's go on and get this book out before the end of the year. Right, Miss Berry?
That's right.
Let's get it before the end of the year. All right. So now we put it out there for the whole world to hear. And now we're going to be expecting. Because especially a woman, first of all, I am a huge poetry and spoken word fan. Some might call me a groupie. Michelle's shaking her head. When I interviewed Black Ice, my co-host said he thought I was going to take off my panties and throw them at him. That's what he said. But I love... I didn't think I was that bad, but then we had another spoken word artist here, and Michelle said I almost slid out of my booth onto the floor. So, I love the written word and the spoken word. And I, like I said, I've read your work. And so especially a woman like me and some of the love stuff you've written, oh, I know there are women that would eat it up. Just absolutely eat it up. You don't believe me?
I mean, I get comments and compliments online, but
target market is women. I promise you. That's what you need to focus on. Focus on the women. Focus on the women. Those are your people. Those are your people. The women, if they fall in love with you, will support you and share your stuff and buy your stuff and be outside, screaming your name. Yes.
I like to hear somebody scream my name. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. 1, 2. You'll scream for him, Michelle? Ben! I'm sorry. Well, one of the things that I've always loved about you, Ben, is you're such you're a great person. I mean, we say it all the time about people. You meet people, and they're good people, but you're one of those people who always supports and loves those around you. I mean, every time I've been to Greenwood, had a book sign or whatever, you've been there. You've always been that person. And so it blesses me to see you now in a space where you get your turn for the rest of us to support you. So tell me this, in terms of your family and friends, because you heard K. Chill say he wasn't getting no love, right? So in terms of your family and friends, and I know we live and everything, and you like, I don't want to hurt. I'm just asking, are you getting the love and support you need?
I get the love and support. Sometimes it surprised me. Like one of my cousins had read something I wrote one time, and he was like, man, that's deep. And I didn't really think too much of it, but just to notice that somebody else really paid attention to what I was writing.
Yeah.
It made me feel good, so it made me want to keep doing it. And no one had never told me I couldn't do it. It's always just said, if that's what you're going to do, go and do it.
I like that. I like that a lot.
All the people around me have been real supportive. As a matter of fact, the other day I was talking to Lamont, and he basically said, he told me, you write some great things, so I know you're going to be on fire when you get there. So.
That's what's up. Well, there are some open mics down around your way.
I think it'd be something like around Greenville.
Yeah. Hey, the first open mic I ever went to was Coffee Underground with Moody Black. Man, you got to hit that road and get on up there and get in that spaces.
I don't like being in big crowds a lot, so this here is something new for me.
So it's about growth, though. It's about allowing yourself those opportunities. And one thing, we always say, what iron sharpens iron. So you put yourself in a space where you're around those other people who have the same passion you do. It'll feel different because you'll be in a space with people who have the same gift and the same love and passion for what you do. And so it'll be like kindred spirits. Yes. And that'll create this space where you feel safe to be who you want to be and do what you want to do. And that's one of the things Because I mentioned my very first open mic I ever went to, I don't know how for 40 years of my life I didn't know this whole world existed. And I was looking for someone to write a poem for me for my women's empowerment organization. And somebody mentioned Moody Black. And then somebody else said Moody Black. And I was like, Moody, who is this Moody Black? Every time I was Moody Black. And so I went to the open mic and I already met him under his government name. Because, you know, he does a lot of work with youth. And so we had been working at, doing some stuff at the same teen center. And he had actually given me a flyer once for a spoken word. And I looked at that thing and was like, he bad though, he is. But I went there that day and fell in love because that kindred, that the love, the poetry community has for each other, the way they support each other and love each other and lift each other up. And when, you know, you see somebody on stage and they're struggling, and it's like the energy in the room is saying, come on, baby, we got you, you know. And so I think, you know, you go there and I think you'll find a little something different than what you might expect. I'm going to call Moody today. I'm going to text Moody today and say I'm sending somebody down there. See? Yeah, don't tell me. I will have you in some spaces doing some stuff. So I'm telling Moody them. Because you met also, because when you came to, when we did Professor Griff Boss event, is that where you met Moody for the first time? Because Antonio Mack was there.
Yeah, the first time I met both of them, and Jonathan Santos.
Jonathan Santos was there. Yeah, a bunch of those.
I know they did performance at the barbershop, Lamont and Johnny.
I know. Well, see, for those who don't know, the second Boss event we did, was in Greenwood, South Carolina. Professor Griff came and he spoke. Yes. And all these guys, Moody came in, Jonathan, all these guys came in and performed. And then, after the event was over, because people said that the event was so good they didn't want to leave. I kept hearing something the energy was so special. And in fact, Professor Griff said, I don't know if you remember when he got up, he said, the energy and everything has shifted here. He said, what I came to say, I'm not even, he said, because it's such a beautiful thing happening. Yeah. And so these guys left the event, went over to a barbershop and started singing and doing spoken word in the barbershop because they didn't want to stop.
I walked in and caught about the last one, but like I said, I didn't catch the beginning of Johnny.
But yeah, but Moody was streaming live, so I was able to see that they were at the I was like, y'all just went to the barbershop and treated these people like this?
They stopped cutting hair.
Yeah, they turned out.
They didn't even mind. They stopped and they was looking too,
so it was like amazing. So so you've been in this space and in this energy. Now we're just going to launch you on out there. So since this is your first interview, and since you are a poet, it's only fitting that you do a piece. Your first time ever doing a piece out loud for a group, right? So what's the name of the piece you're going to do?
Memories Are Forever.
Memories Are Forever. Well, welcome to the Regina Sunshine Show. First time ever performing in front of a group. Benjamin Turner.
If I speak to your soul, will your heart be inclined to listen? Speaking in a language that is universal, taking the path of a spiritual dimension. Hear my thoughts and feel my words that I speak with your mind. Let's get caught up in the memories of forever without a perception of time. I breathe in, you breathe out as I inhale your essence. I hold you close while gazing into your eyes. Being in your presence is my heaven. Let us create memories that will last forever with a love that shines as bright as the sun. Two souls in sync, as two hearts beat as one.
That's so sad. How'd that feel?
A little nervous.
Little nervous? A little nervous?
Trying to make me blush.
So, as I said before, you shared quite a bit on social media. Have you considered maybe even putting up a page where people can go and read some of your work?
Actually, someone was telling me about that, so I need to do a YouTube channel.
That would be good.
But that's something I never really put too much thought into. But I will now. I'm going to think about it.
So this is a creative space. Stuff happens in this space that you're supposed to now take and go and apply. So, and she probably told you before, you know, Miss Berry is a spoken word artist. And she didn't tell. So I heard her talking to you, so you didn't know what was going on, but I knew what was going on over there.
She said she thought she saw me on the scene that let me know that she was into it, but I didn't know.
So that's a great connection right there, you know, as you begin to spread your wings and get out here and do the things that you love. So in looking at the things that are ahead, what are some of the things you dream about? What are some of the things you want for the future?
I just want to be better tomorrow than I was the last day. So, hope me making myself better, make the people around me better. We make out each other shine. So, I don't never look at things like me. It's us. It's a group. So, because I can't do nothing by myself. So, and like I said, I do have a lot of support. Even if they don't believe it, that's not what they tell me.
That's a good thing.
So even if when they get behind my back, they're like, yeah, right. But to my face, they all support me. So
awesome. Well, I do have some, and I'm sure Ben didn't know I was going to say this, but I do have some poetry that you wrote for me.
oh,
That is beautiful. I have to share one day. I've shared it on Facebook. I didn't tell anybody you wrote it. I just said, "Ain't this beautiful?" And I just slapped it on my
I
post.
almost didn't because I'm like, no, I can't do that. It was about like 2-3 years before I even told you that.
Really? Well, I've got some beautiful pieces that you wrote, and like I said, I've shared two different times on Facebook. I didn't tell anybody who wrote them or anything. I just put them up there, and everybody was like, "Girl, what's that?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." Because I knew at some point you would get to this space where you were ready to share with the world what you were doing. So one of the questions I asked Kate Chill towards the end of his interview, I'll ask you now. You know, there are people, you know, from Greenwood. Greenwood is one of those, first of all, if you've never been.
We're an hour away from everywhere.
I lived in Greenwood for 17 years. And I have to tell you, whenever my husband got the job offer, and he got off the phone, he said, "We moving to Greenwood." I would never forget it. You'd have thought, "We moving to Greenwood." It was like that because we had been here and it felt like the end of the world. It really felt like you were going back in time. But I have great love for Greenwood. So much of who I am now. You know, Greenwood was the incubator for all of that. But what I was going to say is that Greenwood's the kind of place that people say, "Oh, nothing good can come of Greenwood." Like my hometown, Tabor City. What good could come from Tabor City?
There's a lot of talent in
A
Greenwood.
lot of great, you know, Josh Norman is from Greenwood. There have been so many professional football players that have come from Greenwood. Greenwood is a football town, for sure. But there are still kids there. And I've seen it in their faces, the places I've tutored and helped, that think because they're from a small town and because, you know, maybe their family, it hadn't been afforded the opportunities that other families have, that think they can't make it. What would be your word of encouragement to them?
Like Kelvin said earlier, just go for it. You can't let nobody live your life for you. Only you can live your life. So if you keep listening to somebody tell you you can't do this or you can't do that, then you never try. You can only be mad at yourself because it's your dream. You can't let nobody else live it.
Awesome. One thing I think you should consider as well is writing specialized pieces, like commission poetry. Somebody, you know, saying, "Hey Ben, I've got a wedding coming up," or "Hey Ben, Valentine's Day coming up. Can you help me write something for my wife?" or whatever. I know as a woman, to receive something that was written just for you is pretty special. So kind of put that out there.
I've had a couple of people ask me, but it was only like they asked once. They never said anything else about it. It was actually when I was at work a couple of months ago.
So that's why we were revisiting that space now. So Ben is available.
Yes, I am.
If you would like
Prices are
someone
reasonable, too.
to write you a specialized piece as well. So do this. Tell our audience how they can follow you and how they can contact you if they want to reach you.
Well, you can find me on Facebook at Suah Tumbadwe. That's SUAHTAMBADWE. And that's my predominant outlet right now.
That's your, okay. Well, we're going to work on all of that. We are. Well, I thank you so much for being here. I'm going to have you come back at the end of the show and close out the show with us. Sound good? All right.
Perfect.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Miss T. Erica Berry is live, and she'll be right here with Regina Sunshine on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. All right, you guys, you're back live on the air, Regina Sunshine, here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. And I'm excited to introduce you guys to someone you've heard me mentioning her name. I've been calling her Miss Berry for the past few weeks. But I got the correct pronunciation of her first name. Welcome to the show, Miss Terica Berry.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here.
I'm excited too.
Well, you know, for those who don't know, if you saw on Facebook where I was honored at the Women's Standard Women's History in the Making, I'm getting nervous. I don't know why I'm getting nervous. Event. It was our event. And this is the award. Isn't it beautiful? Dalton told me it looked like the Hope Diamond. He said, "You lucky got the Hope Diamond."
Nice.
Let me lift it up a little bit so I can see it. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Alicia Diamond.
And the logo is on the diamond. Do you see that? My name is here. But the thing that really impressed me is the box, because the logo and everything is on the box. In so many award shows you go to, or you see people's awards, everything looks the same. Ain't nobody got one of these. Ain't nobody got one of these. So I just had to say thank you so much.
We have to thank my mom. She actually makes the awards every year herself. So
your mom was dope. That's dope. I mean, that's carved in wood and stuff. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. So nobody can say they didn't know where you got that from, because it's right there on the front. But and that's how we met. The first time I don't know, we hadn't been at an event, because I think I meet people for the first time many times. They're like, "No, Regina, we were at such and such event together."
No, we communicated, and then I was supposed to be on your show, The Bride Tribe. We were in touch for that.
Yeah.
And then because of the schedule, I couldn't do it. I said, I'm working on this gala. And then you pop up as one of the nominees. And I said, okay, well, we got to meet.
I didn't remember you being one of the Team Bride Tribe. Because, that was Michelle's show.
Oh, okay.
She was one of the owners of Team Bride Tribe.
Yes. And I had my crew. They were so excited. And I said, okay, we started looking at dates. And I said, guys, we got this gala. We got to focus on the gala. And as much as I would love to be on this show, we just can't stretch ourselves too thin. And then, boop, here you come.
Oh,
that's how it happened.
I didn't remember that at all.
Yes.
Well, it was an honor because, and I said it from stage, and I was talking really fast. And it's funny because Dr. Marquita Blaze texted me right after I won and said, "Did you win yet?" and I responded, and she actually put it on Facebook because I said, "Yeah," and I acted a fool. I said, "I acted a fool." I said, I don't have as much class as you do. And so she screenshots it and she puts it on Facebook. And so Michelle was talking fast. But the thing I think that I was so excited about is that you just do what you believe God has called you to do.
Absolutely.
What you've been sent here to do, and then people honor you for it, and you're like, what? Really? So I'm just out here doing, and then people, and so that's what it was even not just for me, but for the other honorees that were there, because I met some amazing people at your,
very amazing
oh my goodness,
space. Very amazing people,
and that even made the honor even a bigger thing for me, because I'm like, I can't remember her name, was a chick that was sitting across the table from me, because she was talking, and I was just like, so, what I'm saying? Just engrossed in what she was saying. I was like, who are you and why have we never met? You know what I'm saying? Those types of people. I was at my table. I didn't say a lot because I was listening and so inspired by the people that I was in the same space with. And then to be honored in that space, I'm like, that's dope.
Yes.
That's dope. So I thank you so much for that. So let's start off from the beginning. Tell our audience who you are and what you do.
Okay, so again, Terica Berry, and my organization is a Women's Standard. And I guess taking it back from the beginning, I started my organization. It really evolved to the point where it is now, because in the beginning, it was really just me wanting to. I was a spoken word artist, and that's how I got my start, writing poetry and wanting to get it out there like Ben. And so I decided I was going to publish a book just because I didn't want anyone to, steal my poetry. And that's really why I started. And then I said, you know what, I could, people kept saying, oh, you could really help someone with your poetry. You should share it. And so I started doing events. My first event was with the Boys and Girls Club here in Atlanta. And from there, it just began to evolve, and I started doing more and more programs with the intent of giving young ladies what I needed when I was their age. Mm-hmm. And so everything that I do, all of my workshops are geared toward doing that, whether it's providing it to them directly or training educators on how to better serve those students and give them what they need. And so that eventually developed more and to what it is today in terms of a woman standard. We're a national organization, so we have curriculum, we have our own original curriculum, we have workshops, presentations, programs that we go in and implement. One of the most popular programs is called the Anthology Project, where we work with students to write and publish their own books. And so when they finish, they're actually published authors. And these are some of my students. We've published over 1,500 authors to date.
That's what's
And so all of these are the student authors that are published authors now. And so at the end, we have a nice book signing and celebrate them for their literary accomplishments. And they tell their story. And then at the end, the community comes out and celebrates them. So they've been featured on radio stations, newspaper, and all kind of different things. And this is probably one of the most popular programs. But I always say that this program is really just a vehicle to helping provide them with the social and emotional learning techniques that they need.
1,500 is a big number.
It's a big number. Sometimes I sit back like, that's a lot of children.
1,500 is a big. That's huge, because one of the things, even for me as an adult and publishing my first book, it puts you in a space where people kind of,
you're a published author.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And so for you to be able to create that opportunity for them early really gives them something on their resume.
Exactly.
That is big.
Exactly.
That's big.
That's the idea. And what it also does is gives them permission. I can't tell you how many of them have come back afterwards and said, well, Miss T, you know what? After writing this book together, I want to work on my own book. I want to write my own story. And so this is a collaborative book, but then they're inspired now at that point to write their own story, which, beforehand they never would have thought that they could do it, because no children are getting published as authors when, in actuality they are. And now they're among that group of published authors.
I love it. So this particular project, you called it the Anthology?
The Anthology Project.
How did you come up with that idea?
I went into a program. I went into a program in Tampa, Florida. It was a youth detention center. And the girls were, I was doing this presentation called The Butterfly Effect. And I always start by telling my own story. So I started with a spoken word piece, telling my own story, did the whole presentation. And so as I'm setting up, beforehand, the girls are coming into the room where we're speaking, right? And so I'm tweaking my presentation, The Butterfly Effect, and I look up. And mind you, I'm in a detention center, youth detention center, and the girls are walking in, they're looking me up and down like this, and, they sit down like this. And I'm like, oh my God, these girls don't want to hear about no butterflies. I done messed up. And so I'm like freaking out in my head, but I had to keep it together, keep it composed. And so I said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this presentation anyway, just like I came to deliver. And I did my poem. And as I'm sharing my own story, my spoken word, I could see the girls just opening up, opening up, opening up, opening up. By the time I finished that presentation, all of the girls came up and rushed me at the end. Miss T, I want to tell my story. Can you help me tell my story too? Look, I got to show you. I was like, hold on, babe, hold on. And so when I saw that, just by me sharing my own story, showing them that we're more alike than we are different, it gave them, again, permission. Mm-hmm. It gave them the authority to share their own story. And at that point, I didn't have an outlet for them to do it. And so I said, well, I'm going to create it. And that became the anthology project. And I was able to go back and work with those girls to help them write and publish their own books.
You know, something special about permission. I was thinking as you were speaking, you know, our deepest fear. You know, as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. And that's, for some people, that's all they need. Because so many have heard they can't, or you can't, or nobody from your hood has. So often that when someone says, no, you have permission, it's life-changing.
Exactly.
It's life-changing.
Exactly.
So, wow, you kind of, 1,500 is a big number. I like that number. I like it a lot. I'm inspired right now. You got my wheels turning about some things. So what are some of the other projects with A Women's Standard?
Another popular one is called Unpacking the Emotional Suitcase, where we work with students to to process and cope with emotional trauma that they experience, because a lot of times these young people are experiencing traumatic experiences in their day-to-day, maybe the night before, and then they come to class the next day and it's like, all right, open your books and let's turn the page. But when do I actually have an opportunity to process what happened? When do you address not just my academic needs, but when do you address my emotional needs, my social needs? How can you hold me accountable for how I interact with my peers if you don't teach me how to interact with my peers? You know, and more than just, you know, do unto others as others do unto you, but like on a case-by-case scenario, like, hey, I came across this issue today. Ms. T, what do you think about this? You know, what does that look like in real time? Role playing and things like that. And so actually breaking down in Unpacking the Emotional Suitcase, we help the young ladies to actually break down and trace their behaviors and things back to the root of what causes them. And so that's what Unpacking the Emotional Suitcase is about.
These grown women need this too.
I'm telling you. It's funny you say that, because as I was going and doing the trainings for educators to help them with their, here, let me show you Unpacking the Emotional Suitcase so you can help your girls. And, you know, a lot of times at the end, they would come to me in tears. I can't tell you how many times grown women have come to me in tears telling me things that they never expressed before. I'm the first person that they've told that, they were raped when they were 13 years old. You know, elders, you know, and it moves me so much because, again, it goes back to that word we said again, permission. This gives you permission to let it out. You don't have to be strong, that strong woman all the time. It's okay to be vulnerable. And my thing is, how do we create safe spaces? How do we create safe relationships where we can be vulnerable and address these social and emotional needs that we so direly need?
Well, you know, I know for women in general, and it's not just women of color, but specifically Black women, we're told so often that we need to be strong. That's the thing that is pounded into our heads, that, you know, be strong, you know, your family needs you and everything. And so you're not often given that permission, you know, to just, hey, can I just be Regina for a minute? Can I take off the sunshine, this cape, and just put it up somewhere, or and just be still for a second?
Little T for a little bit.
Yes.
Can I let that inner girl inside of me? Can I let her cry? I hate when people say, "Don't cry." Why? If I hear people say, "Don't cry," I'm like, "Don't say that." That's toxic. It's poisonous.
Sometimes a cry will make you feel so much better afterwards. A good cry and a nap. A good cry and a nap, man. You wake up ready to take on the world.
Exactly. That's the prescription. That's what I'm seeing you home. I'm gonna write your prescription for a good cry and a nap.
And a nap, you wake up. That's the kind of thing. You wake up from human where you were. Woo, that was
the whole world has shifted.
I so love everything that you're about, and you know, we spoke that we knew we needed to connect in terms of working together, and I understand even more now. What are some of your hopes and dreams for the future?
Oh my gosh, you have time?
Go ahead, girl, tell us.
No, but as far as hopes and dreams for the future, I would like for A Women's Standard to be a centralized hub for all resources womanhood. Any barrier that a woman of any age, but particularly our young women, any barrier that a young lady may have that may be standing between them and whatever measure of success they see, whether it's just happiness on a day-to-day basis or going to college or aspiring for a specific career or whatever, anything that may be standing in that way, I want to be able to provide resources. I want them to say, oh, just go to a Women's Standard website, go to this event, go to here, and you can get what you need and you'll be on your way.
So interesting you said that. When my sister and I started our E-Weight, Empowered Women Accountable to Each Other organization, one of the visions we had was an all-purpose women's wellness center. Now, my vision has shifted from that to this community media type of thing. Would it make sense? Now I'm going to send them over there to get what they need. So it makes perfect sense. But you're right. So many of our women are hurt and broken and trying to walk around like everything is okay because they feel like that's what they're supposed to do.
On the smile.
Everybody's just act like it's all right, baby, and go ahead. And I've experienced what you have as well. I have a workshop I do called A Real Sisterhood, and it examines why women have negative female relationships. And the first time I did it was in Greenwood, South Carolina. It was the Chamber of Commerce's Women's Conference. These women came here, you know, they corporate, they all, you're not gonna get to me type of thing. Kind of like those girls that come in because they're so used to being strong in this male world. And we start having this conversation and people start breaking out and crying because they begin to remember that, you know, I wasn't grandmama's favorite, my sister was. And so I began to resent her.
That's in there.
And so, exactly. So I start resenting her. So if I can't trust my blood sister, I can't trust you.
Yeah.
And so it becomes this it's a ripple effect into all the female relationships. And I heard it over and over again. And I was like, wow, these grown women are experiencing things that they have never talked about because they don't feel safe enough anywhere to let that out, because I'm supposed to be strong, you know, I'm the CEO, I'm supposed to have it together, I can't go in the corner and cry, type of thing. So it blesses me to hear you say that, because especially with the young girls, if we can address these issues when they're younger, then we're not having this conversation when you 45 and 50 years old and you done lived 30 or 40 years in pain and nobody knows. And I just want to get in your car and drive off to the sunset. You know? Oh, wow, I love it. So events, upcoming events, workshops, what do you got going on?
So we'll be doing, our organization is, the Anthology Project, like I said, is one of the popular, more popular workshops or programs that we offer, but we know that some organizations don't have the funds to really deliver, to bring us in. So our nonprofit organization is actually going to be gifting an Atlanta area location with an anthology project, and we're going to be putting out a call for interested organizations.
Oh, girl, I started thinking of organizations. I got two right now that I want to nominate. Okay. Oh my goodness,
perfect. So we'll be announcing that soon. I'll be actually meeting with my team tonight so we can get those details finalized and get that out there. So I'll make sure that I get that information to you.
I'm so excited.
So that'll be over the summer. That's the most recent, most current thing that we have coming up.
So age group for the girls.
So it'll be primarily middle high school age.
All right, then that eliminates one of the organizations. Okay. But the other one is still in the running. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Well, do this. Tell our audience where they can follow you and how can they support you? What does your organization need to continue to do the great work that it's doing?
Okay. So first, I'll say how you can follow me. A Woman's Standard. We're a Woman's Standard across all platforms, and it's a Woman's WOMANS Standard. And the website is awomanstandard.com. And how the other question was, how can the community support? We are definitely within a Woman's Standard. We're a 501c3 not-for-profit, but our goal is to operate in a way where we're actually able to give more to the community. And so we're always in need of different resources. Especially pulling off this summer anthology project, because we want to really wrap around these girls that we and love on them this this summer. So media resources and outlets, we want the girls to be interviewed, and we want to
We'll
make
do
sure
that.
Yep,
Put me on the list. Check.
Perfect.
We got that.
Right.
We'll do that.
So perfect. We are definitely in need of funding because we are giving this out of our own pockets, out of our own love, and so funding, and there's it's posted on the website on how we can contribute to that cause as well. And I guess those are the main things. We're still pulling in volunteers and things like that. I'll tell you what, if you're interested in supporting the Anthology Project, reach out to me directly at awomanstandard@gmail.com. You can send me an email letting me know that you're interested, and I'll let you know the specific things that we need. And that's awomanstandard@gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, can you hang around to the end of the show?
Absolutely.
All right. So I thank you for being here. I'm so excited. I'm already, I got several things in mind now that we'll talk. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Charlie Jr. is here. I can't wait for you guys to hear him sing. He didn't think he was going to sing, but he's going to sing live here on the Regina Sunshine Show with Regina Sunshine at Regina Sunshine Global Network. All right, you guys, you're back live with Regina Sunshine on the Regina Sunshine Show, Regina Sunshine Global Network, and this is returning guest. It's not a new guest. He's new to Regina Sunshine Global Network, but not my show. When I was at Instinct Radio, Charlie came by and sang a little something for us. That's why I'm surprised he didn't know he would be singing today out here. But welcome back to the show, Charlie Jr. How are you?
I'm blessed.
Always.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
So remind our audience. Well, see, how did we meet? Was it social media? I think it may have been social media.
Probably so.
Probably
Facebook.
social media, Facebook, something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I'm Charlie Jr. I'm a inspirational artist. I do inspirational music. Anything positive, I'm going to write it and I'm going to sing it.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. So how did you get into music? For those who are hearing you for the first time.
Well, I've been singing my whole life. I guess it's a family thing. All my aunties, just about all of them sing. My daddy was a singer, so I guess it came natural.
So did you just start singing because you heard them singing, or did they say,
I
"Come here, boy, and sing"? Because you know how the old folk do. They be like, "Come up here and sing for these people."
It's kind of funny because they all sing, and I used to try to sing, and they be quiet. You can't sing, and it just came out one day. At first, it was kind of it was rough, but it just came out. I kept on. It came out.
That's funny. So they were like,
"Yeah, stop it.
Stop singing.
Yeah, stop it." Yep.
So what do they think now? They hear you singing now.
It. They all support me. They love it.
So, because you sing inspirational music. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of the family, what type of music? What type of music background is the family?
My aunts, they did like gospel. Yeah, my dad too. He did like gospel too. I have an uncle that does jazz. He's a real big jazz musician. So yeah.
Wow. So I hear you got a new project. You got some new music.
Yes, ma'am. I do.
So tell us about it.
Well, the name of the album is Faces of Love. It has 10 songs on it. And basically it's an inspirational love album. It's talking about experiences that I've been through. It's also talking about, things to keep you from doing, because like I said, I've been through some things, so I can talk about them.
You know, if you ain't been through nothing, you shouldn't even be trying to speak on certain things. So I can speak on my hardships and also teach you now what not to do.
So, love music. That's when I think of you. That's what I think. Love music. So, why did this particular area of music speak to you? Why did it become, I guess, your signature?
Well, I can't say it's particular my signature because I did.
When I think you, I think love. Though.
I
But go
did.
ahead.
My first time coming on the show, it was a gospel album, but I started noticing that when I put gospel on it, a lot of people wouldn't listen to it. You know, it's just they didn't want.
But it sounded like R&B music.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to listen to it, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna just change it. It's gonna be inspirational because it opens more doors for me. So yeah.
So, other genres, do they appeal to you, or this just feels right?
I like all music. I listen to country. Actually, country is like my favorite. But I like all music. So I just love the way this sounds when it comes off. I just write whatever comes off.
There's a guy, I can't think of his name. I heard him at one of Georgia Me's events. He sings country R&B, and I'd never heard the combination, but it was nice.
It's real nice.
It was really, really nice.
Yeah, it's real nice.
So now you said before the show you didn't almost sing. So now that we know you're gonna sing, and you got to sing a cappella, do you know what you might want to sing for us?
I really don't. I guess whatever comes off. I'll sing some from over here, but since I'm doing a cappella, yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay.
Whatever comes, I guess the first thing that pops up, that's what I'm gonna go with.
So are there any inspirations for this album?
Like I said, just to see people do better in relationships.
I didn't know if there was a woman.
No,
I'm
just
being nosy.
just to see people. It's for everyone that's doing relationships. I'm all about oneness. You know, be with that one person. If you're a man, if you're a woman, be with that one person. So it's all about oneness. I'm just trying to reach everybody and basically get relationships back to the way that God designed them to be.
I love that. And that was one of the reasons, when Kale May was looking for someone, because you've done a couple of her marriage events with her. What's it been like to basically minister in those spaces to married couples?
It's nice because, like I said, I've been married before. You know, I was married for a while and it didn't work out. So I said,
look like you're old enough to be married.
Well, I'm 37, so yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm not that young.
I'm thinking 25.
No,
yes, 25.
Yeah, I've been
okay,
married
go
before.
ahead. Go ahead,
Been
Charlie.
married before, so it's like I don't want nobody to go through that. So if you're getting married, make sure it's what you want. You know, make sure before you get into a relationship like that, if you need to seek counseling first because of old hardships and stuff, seek it. Don't go into no relationship with old stuff because it'll mess up the new relationship because you bringing old stuff into it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Tell us what you're gonna sing.
I don't really know yet. I'm kind of.
Well, I'm just gonna.
I'm kind of.
Right here.
I don't know. Can I use your table? Do a little old school. I can. You don't need to move nothing. I just
Okay, go
for
ahead.
my own personal beat.
Okay, go ahead.
But let me see. Since I'm doing a cappella. I know that we've been riding for quite a long time, and the road that we've been on been bumpy and not too straight. No, it ain't quite like we thought it would be. I'm placing the blame on me, 'cause I had the authority to be the man God had placed inside your life, to love you and to never leave your side. But I haven't been all of that, so here's my plea. Have a little patience with me. I'm striving to be what you need. Just give me a little time. It won't happen overnight. No, have a little patience with me. I'm striving to be what you need. Just give me a little time. It won't happen overnight. Yeah,
oh,
that's about
yes.
it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's about
oh, yes.
it. Yeah.
I'm telling I loved you the first time I heard you sing,
Thank
and it just reminds me real music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real music. Real, I love you, I got you, baby. We in this music because so much music, I won't say so much, but you know what we hear mainstream a lot of times is missing the love piece.
That's what I'm trying to put back
The
into
love
it.
piece, and to have real music, that's that music. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just me and you. Yeah. And so the new album, has it already dropped?
Yes, it's everywhere. You can download it iTunes, Amazon, Google Music. Have my own Pandora station. All you gotta do is type in Charlie.
You have your
Jr.
own Pandora?
Yes.
Oh, well, you know I'm gonna be looking for you today.
Yeah,
I'll be
and
looking for you
just
today.
type in the name Charlie Jr. and it should pop up everywhere.
Wow. So
Yeah.
the future. We talked before the show, talking about doing a album release party.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a little conversation about that over here on the
I'm
side
trying
after.
to get it together.
I think that sounds like a nice couples night out
It would
type
be-
of thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'd be very
Absolutely.
dope.
So what are some of your other dreams for the future?
I want to, help other artists. I want to write. I would love to write for some major artists. I've got some calls from a few people that want me to help with their EPs and their projects. So it's looking good. It's going the direction I want to. It's slow, but it's moving just the way it needs to. So yeah.
Well, continue to put out great music. 'Cause there are people like me who love old, real R&B. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
just
what it is.
cut the lights off and lay under the fan. Yeah, I don't know, y'all know what I'm talking about. Kind of music in our lives.
That's what
So-
it is. Faces of love.
Y'all know all I had to do was say cut the lights off and turn the fan. Everybody knew, right? Everybody knew. So, and I asked the other guests the same thing. There are people listening who maybe have some of the similar dreams, or, let's speak from the position of having been in a marriage that didn't work out. And a lot of times that's a space that people can feel like, I failed this. This is a huge failure in my life. How do I move past this and move on? What would be your word for them?
First, I'll give it to God. Let go and let God, let Him handle it. You can't change your past. Only thing you can do is work for basically a better future. So all I can say is this: if you're in a relationship with somebody, know that person, get to know them. Be their friend first, because the first thing you need to do is be a friend. If you can't be a friend with somebody, you can't have a good relationship with them. I don't care what type of relationship it is. You need to be friends first. So in that, I'll say this. For anybody that's trying to do what I do, I've had my hardships. Trust me, I've had them. So I haven't given up yet. Just think about it like the caterpillar. He thought his life was over, and then he turned into a butterfly. Yeah.
Butterfly effect, right? Yeah. I see the thread going through the show. Awesome. Well, tell our audience again how they can follow you, your social media information, as well as, again, where your music
My
is.
Instagram is Charlie Jr. Music. Charlie is spelled CharleleeJR Music. Facebook is Charlie Jr. Music also. And then you can download the album. It's everywhere. iTunes, Amazon, Google Music, Spotify. And like I said, I have my own Pandora station. So just type in Charlie Jr., Faces of Love, and I'll pop up. And you can also get my first album, too. It's called Restoration, Charlie Jr.
So on this new album, what's your favorite song? Do you have a favorite song?
I have actually 3.
Okay.
Patience is 1. Love is
Is
not.
that the one you just sang? Okay.
Love is not a game. And I would have to say probably Special.
All right. So y'all know where to start, right? And listen to the whole thing, but start with
Yeah,
those.
you can. The way I wrote it for singles, so you can listen to it all the way through. You don't have to change no song.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Okay. We'll bring the other guests back and we'll close out together.
Okay.
All right. You've been live here at Regina Sunshine and Charlie Jr. on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. All right, you guys, you're back live with Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. And we are closing out the show with 3 of our 4 guests from today's show. And I've already asked each of them a question to kind of empower the audience, but I had another one. One of the things that I do like to offer our audience is practical tools and tips that they can use in their everyday life. And so one of the things I know a lot of people have challenges with is staying encouraged. You know, staying focused, staying encouraged. And so is there something that you can suggest to the audience? Is there something you do on a daily basis? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you do affirmations? Is there a book you read that keeps you motivated? Just some tool or tip you can give to them that they can use right now in their everyday life to stay encouraged. Ms. Berry?
I would say for me, it's the people around me. And anytime that I found that anytime I'm around people that are enterprising, that are forward moving, that are positive people, that it rubs off. And when I'm not around those type people, then my energy tends to kind of go, and it's kind of like charging myself up. So like-minded individuals like you, so being here today, I can leave here, you know, feeling like, oh my gosh, okay, I got to do this and this, you know, whereas if I was around, you know, Cousin Bobo and Day Day and them, and, you know, I might want to sit on the couch and veg out, you know. So I think the people around you is one of the biggest things to stay encouraged, because they'll hold you accountable and not let you fall back.
I love that. That's good stuff. Charlie?
For me, it's just stay motivated, stay active, continually just do something, stay busy all day. And if it's what you're dreaming, please read up on it and, you know, stay focused on what you're doing, basically. And it'll fall in place. Just read. That's what I do. I read.
Read. We keep talking about that around these parts.
Read.
Y'all don't want to read. You don't have to read.
Know your craft.
Awesome. Ben?
Like they say, just always stay true to yourself. At the end of the day, you're not going to need your cell phone. So.
Awesome. Well, I think. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
It's just trying to come out. The other thing I would say is make sure that you make time for self-care. You don't want to burn yourself out, because you can go, and then you'll get to the point where you're just so over it because you're not taking the time to recharge and pour into yourself and just relax. You know, sometimes just do what you love to do. That I call it sometimes brainless activity. You know, whether it's just, you know, relaxing. Yoga is something that I'm getting back into lately. Enjoying nature or something like that. So make sure that you make time for that.
Play a little Charlie music in the dark with the fan.
Yeah. Or that.
Yes.
That's funny.
Well, I thank you guys so much for being here and sharing your hearts and your passions with our audience. I know someone was inspired. The great thing about, you know, everybody having different stories and different journeys is there's someone somewhere that can identify with your story that makes them feel like they're not alone. That's one of the reasons I love to do this show. So thank you guys so much for being here. To our audience, we thank you so much for tuning in. I'll leave you with the words I always leave you with. Remember this: God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life. Again, shout out to our sponsors, Leading Through Living Community, Both Haven Media Group, Lanita Mitchell Blackwell. Thank you for always supporting everything that I do here. Go to reginasunshine.com to see all the events we have coming up. There's a lot of stuff happening right now, and I don't want to try and go through that list again. So just go to reginasunshine.com. And my final word, the final thing I'll leave you with is my personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you today, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed and keep winning.